Hello and good evening. Well, new start screen that I've had for a couple of streams. Done, but it's still not final. I want the checkered flag to be animated like before on those the old start and end screen. Anyway, I think it looks quite good. I'm gonna go back just for one frame check. Yeah, that McLaren from VC looks amazing. Slightly edited photo or like screenshot, but still. Right. What do we have here? We have, well, first of all, hello Dan, hello Alex, hi Mario, hi Jose. Well, I switched to the LMDH for one race. Because new content on Tuesday, and on Tuesday I might go with Isota or with Alpine. Let's take a little bit less fuel. Let's take softs. Let's try to do some laps. Hi Daniele, hi Yankesh. So yeah, this event will be quite fun. No idea about the strategy, but well, this is basically year 2035, where race cars start the race with 60 liters, and where the tires are so expensive that they only have 3 sets per whole weekend. Thanks to Mr. Dan, who decided to make 200% fuel and tire wear usage, which is actually a really nice idea for a change. Is it just me, or is this engine quite loud? Maybe it's my headphone. Okay, that's a bit better. I hope the volumes on the stream are alright, and yeah, I'm in the correct scene, right? Yes, I am. I've tried adjusting the colors of the tiny pedal overlay to match the in-game HUD a little bit, so it's less intrusive, but I have not finished the work. But like this in the middle kind of looks more like this now, but not touch the standings yet. Thank you, Lucas. Yeah, I was checking the targets. I mean, I have those here, which is very useful, and it's calculated on, well, every moment, or like, I don't know, 5 times per second, so it's quite accurate. Double upshift, uh-oh. Okay. But yeah, let's see. With ×2 fuel usage, you can never really know, because like, 1 lap is 8 liters, and 8 liters is, well, 2 seconds, or I don't know, I don't have exact conversion factors, but it's worth a lot to have extra fuel. But saving from 8.3 to 7.6 is so much that probably not worth it. And yeah, I must make sure I have enough fuel for qualifying, because the standard 15 liters-ish will not be enough. Let's see if I even manage to finish this lap. Yeah, that's tiny pedal. Ah, you were at Monza, Daniele. Nice. LMDH likes to lock up front right, or like front inside tire, so in my testing I did not have those huge terminal lockups yet into low speed corners, although I did practice with quite a bit of lift and coasting. this setup is slightly tail happy but still lacks the front grip in low speed, so I don't really know what to do about it yet. Would need more laps and more data analysis and more setup clicks. Well, FOV, I mean, there is just brain tricks. Yeah, out of fuel. Let's see if I can actually finish the pit entry on battery alone. Even the battery is now dragging the engine. I must not forget to have a little bit of battery saved for launching from the pit stops. Anyway, what is it? 9 liters times 3, 27. Guess I'll start with 28 maybe. How much time to go? Like 1 minute, I suppose. Yeah, 50 seconds. Just enough to practice sector 1. I think it was 9 point... Yeah, around 9.0, 9.1 maybe. I didn't really check much about the energy per full push lap. No, about field of view is just like hard to explain really. I started my sim racing career on like 4 versus 3 resolution. It's almost a square monitor, and I think I used like 55 field of view or something. It was pretty bad, but it was still possible to drive and enjoy it. And then the bigger screen I had, the lower I went, until I ended with 26 on the ultra wide, which is, well, mathematically correct for this field of, well, actual geometry or actual field of vision. So 1-to-1 geometry as it would be in real life. But it's just about not having to look at like one small circle most of the lap, but you can see more, like you get better perception of the surroundings and get better braking points and better lines, like more consistent lines. Colin, sorry, I forgot again. Yeah, I'm on it. I will adjust it. Like it actually, I can quickly check it. I mean, it's a slow outlap anyway. What is it called? Standings. Config. Show lap time. Apply. Well, there you go. I hope it's still inside the picture. Where is my OBS? Yeah, it is. So I think this is now best. This is the last. Although I would still like just best lap in all sessions, but then just last lap in race. If it was possible somehow in tiny pedal plugin. I really don't know how to drive these outlaps here. Tires are gonna be cold, but it's ×2 tire wear, so... Copy doc. Well, eventually I will get persuaded into doing some advanced series. Yeah, the GT4 Rafa McLaren, well, it's not completely off the charts. But let's see what the future brings. In one stint race, was it ×2 fuel as well, or just, or like ×2 tires as well, or just fuel? Because for this race I was thinking of strategy. I could be doing 4 single soft stints. New mediums at each stop, that's weird. I was thinking of double hard. Is it really over a second faster? I'm locking up inside front. I see many people qualifying on mediums. Whole rear axle being locked now. And I'll be missing turn 1 apex a lot. Because the inside line is like with the Ferrari, suddenly the front disappears. Thank you, Matt. Well, actually, yeah, the steering wheel is the biggest change in my today's stream. Well, not the steering wheel, but the colors. I illuminated the buttons, I think it looks better. Big rear lock. Nah, that's escape. Shame it was purple S1. Well, still on pole, so that's fine. Hearts are more than one... Wait, are hearts more than 1 second slower per lap when new or in the second stint? Because you lose 12 seconds by tire change, and then you lose 2-3 extra seconds when you're trying to hit them up. So I don't know. I'll copy. Yeah, I hope you guys like the colors. Like, I tried to make it useful, but not like these colors, to kind of make them useful so I remember buttons more easily. There are these nice stickers that I can put on the buttons. And I tried making the colors not too bright, so it's not too intrusive, but still functional and more beautiful. And it's so nice that like I can, I don't know, request pit stop, and the button illuminates because I can assign that function to it, and then I can enable pit limiter and it changes the color and so on. I could make the button colors change according to, I don't know, track temperature. The customization in SimHub is insane. Anyway. Yeah, Matt, this is weekly. It's maybe half a tenth slower to miss the apex, but on the exit you can just carry so much more speed. So the delta comes back. Not sure if it's like physics issue or a setup issue or something. Too deep. I will continue, but I will try to scrub the tires as little as possible, and then I will have hotter tires for the second lap and more grip. Probably having ×2 tire wear actually like requires 2 outlaps, like sometimes in F1. Second lap is faster, yeah. Well, I hope I can gain some speed. Nobody improving or beating me yet in the standings. Yeah, Matt, well, actually for the daily races and for this weekly, well, for online stuff, I just drive LMU. And then for leagues, sometimes Air Factor. I would kind of like to do some more iRacing, but it's just so difficult to do it because the Tyre model is not that great. And the game just looks very outdated and I don't know. Anyway. Then iRacing looks outdated. Nice rear lockup. Well, I hope I was clear. Like, I would like to. I said I would like to do more iRacing, but the tire wear and the outdated look kind of stopped me from doing more iRacing. Then this freshly updated tire model in LMU is the most realistic of them all. Quite a lot better than the slip angle madness from Air Factor. No melting tires from iRacing. Why am I not gaining the delta? Second lap is not faster for me. The tracks too as well, yeah, the LMU tracks are just something else. So beautiful and so well done. Although the iRacing track selection is, well, a lot better. Yeah, that was purple sector 3, but I have time for one more attempt. Less fuel. Nobody's improving. I mean, people improved, but they didn't beat my lap time. And that 59.8 was not too special, I think. Nothing too crazy. Well, about LMU looking old, I don't know. I mean, some grass and details and so on don't look the latest graphically, but everything else is kind of really nice. Again, I don't have high details, so it's mostly on low and medium or off, so... And yeah, I will be doing launch day streaming as well. Although I'm afraid that I will have not too many viewers because everyone will jump to bigger guys. But maybe I can lead and win some races, so people will switch back to me. Let's see. I guess everyone will just drive the Alpine, so I might as well not drive the Alpine, but the Isota, and pray that it's fast. Good to hear, Colin. Ah, Hachemi, about AC. I saw that question on last stream, like after the last stream, but I think it was again live chat not showing it to me during the stream. I don't think I really played Assetto Corsa, like I didn't do races, like I drove some mods, like offline, just for my own enjoyment. Although that, what was it, Tatius Formula 4 or Formula 3 that we used there, that was one of the best mods in sim racing. Well, it's not a mod, it's stock content. Purple, let's go. I can probably improve the last corner as well. I've been locking up the rear there, so maybe +1 brake bias. And I take the pole back, although I see David and Malik are still going for it. Oof, that was a nice lap. But people are on mediums, not far behind. Interesting. Okay, what are my thoughts on the Lambo hypercar? I've only driven it really properly at Imola. It felt a bit slower than the Peugeot when they both released, and certainly slower than the Ferrari, but it was really, like, hard to say, it was very, very nice to drive. Like, it felt really good, but at the same time, it felt really difficult to extract the last few tenths out of it. It was quite a, like, physical experience. Well then, don't crash on me, thank you. We are in the race, and well, I guess I'm taking the mediums then. I didn't see anybody on hards yet, so maybe I can do double hard in the end as an attempt to destroy my own race, but Last stint could be a lot shorter. Hi Joao. Yeah, Lambo, well they said that Lambo likes to lock up and that it bounces over curbs a lot, but I didn't really feel it that much. I mean, for Imola I increased the ride heights and softened the suspension a lot, and it was just hitting the curbs normally. I didn't really struggle with bouncing that much. I don't know. But yeah, it's nice to drive. It's probably just like 2/10 of some other cars. Yeah, and well, for sure, I would. Well, I would like to try all the cars and really learn their weaknesses and advantages, but there is quite many of them. Well, the hypercars especially. But yeah, I wanted to switch now to BMW, but now with a new DLC is coming. So I might be driving Alpine and Isota for a week or two, and then back to BMW, and then see how I feel like. Anything else to do in the setup? 10 seconds to go. I'm just gonna leave the cooling on max. Wait, I did? Erratic driving. Why do... If that gives me penalty, I don't know. It was blinking erratic driving, but I was not really... I mean, at the start I thought I had pit limiter enabled, but I didn't, so... Out of line. Well, thank you for the GLs. Hi, Luca. Out of line. Yeah, it's difficult to stay online because I don't know where the line is. Chicane. Anyway, here we go. No penalty. Good. Now we begin saving. Save the mediums. Save the fuel. That was a crazy good start. Yeah, I started on mediums then. I see everyone is on mediums or softs even. Hi Matko. David into P2. So the target is 8.3 liters, not liters, wait, percent per lap. Need to be looking at the virtual energy. So I will be doing a little bit of lift and coasting and a little bit of clutch and coasting. But so will everybody else. Yeah, Luca, I was thinking of double hard 2 times, but maybe I don't know yet. Maybe medium and then double hard. I would go for hards if I saw that there are many drivers in top 5 on hards, but there is nobody. So I need 8.262 for 12 laps. It's quite hot track as well, so... Well, Denis, I see you came up with that secondary target for the plan B, and plan B is two-stopper. But normally when one needs to fuel save to even do one stop less, then what needs to save crazy much fuel to do one extra stop less, so I don't think I'm going to do 6.25 here. David closed in a lot through sector 2. I'm a bit unhappy with the rear sliding around on the exits. Feels like TC is doing a lot, but on late exits sometimes it just doesn't stop sliding. .3 still under or over. Yeah, do you see how the balance goes completely bad if I kind of take the apex? Thank you, Rico. Too far away from the apex. Yeah, I think it's just the rear wing 1 that's giving me problems in the corners. Like mechanically it's quite understeery, but aerodynamically it's oversteery. So then the rear kind of doesn't stick on the exits. .2, okay, now it's under the target. Yeah, the softs are not really the way to go here. Yeah, should be 47 or 48 laps total. Was not great. He tends to dive it behind. And then it's mind games. He could easily overtake me, but then he would need to not lift and coast, and he would have to burn quite a lot of fuel. That's probably the perfect line. Just need a bit more weight on the rear instead of the front mid-corner. Thought I changed the motor map to like 20 or 30. It was on 50 and that explains the extra oversteer out of Stavelo, because the motor is on the rear axle on LMDH cars. And when it activates at 190 kph, the rear goes bye-bye. I think the rear left is hitting some packers or something. It's really reluctant to stick to the track. No, the motor activates at 190 on all cars. It does on did I say two? No, yeah, 190 on all cars, but on 150 on the old Peugeot. It's just that LMH cars have it on the front axle and LMDH on the rear. Yellow flag, I hope there is no car in the middle of the road. Thankfully not. I need to fill up that motor, otherwise I'm not gonna make the pit stop. If you don't know why that is, it's because LMDH rules require pit stops to be done purely on battery. Wait, LMDH has... Then I'm doing something completely wrong. Then if I explain that incorrectly, then I apologize. Well, that's good that I stream today, because what you guys write now makes total sense, comparing it to my driving experience. Because if it turned on the rear mid-corner at 190, it would be quite deadly, you know. Yeah, actually, okay, well, thank you, chat. I mean, I don't even have... I have less than 1,000 hours on the Man Ultimate, so I'm still a noob here. Did they say noob? Is that even a word? Midway between noob and newbie. but well, has to work. But still, yeah, it makes sense, because if you have 50 kilowatts on the rear, then on corner exits you will somehow have, I mean, you will sometimes just have big oversteer because of the extra power. Can't believe I didn't really ever think of that. LMDH, I mean, probably I knew about it, but forgot. Yeah, this outside line is no in RF2 and LMU. So for this corner it's a lot better to just turn off the deploy and have really nice exit and save the rears, and then increase the map again. But on 20 kilowatts it was already much more pleasant than on 50. No fuel save there, because I need to clear the GTs before Eau Rouge. Alright, that was perfect. Well, the HUD tells me a lot, but I still don't have fully built, like, how to say, instinctive memory, or I don't know how to put it into words, but like when you race, yeah, wait for the Ferrari. When you race, you like instinctively know how the engine and tires and suspension and stuff works, and then sometimes you have some new element on the car. You try to drive and it takes 1 year for you to make it subconscious. So my dear teammate Jesper is struggling with anything that has a battery added, and keeps saying that he just doesn't know how to drive it, even though he doesn't mean it like that, but it's a easy small change. But when you drive in the heat of the moment, it's hard to react on it. When you really need that knowledge. It's rear lock. Like, I don't know, maybe there can be some circumstance where you are going in LMH always to 110 out of a corner, but then next time you go, you battle a car, and you go 180. And you are side by side, and suddenly the motor activates, and you're not used to it because you were just going to 110 before, and that can make a crash out of it. Anyway, sometimes you need like PhD stuff. I got told that the race, like the people. Oh, okay. I'm gonna clear that hypercar. The race could be like 46 or 47, but according to my calculation, 48 is quite probable. So that's spot on 4 times 12. But if it would be 11 in the last stint, then it would be extra incentive to take hearts for the second part of the race and just keep them. Yeah, 59 race engineers. Much appreciated for every single one of them. Well, I don't know about the pace. Wait, who was driving yesterday? I quickly saw, was it Nico Barclay? I saw Turka Hakkinen. But I was thinking now, well, I'm not really having to sweat like crazy, but I'm pulling quite a little bit of a gap to the cars behind. And I'm not used to that in LMU. Could be that the Peugeot is just slightly slower and that the Cadillac is slightly slower and that the BMW is just fast. It's really pleasant to drive for an LMDH car. Ah, and Nowski was driving as well with you guys. Richard, this is a Samsung C49HG, or kind of like old version. Like it was the cheapest possible 144 Hz ultra wide with 1080p. I think 5 years ago or 4 years ago I bought it. It was not the freshest anymore back then. It was like 700 euros, which is still quite expensive, but then the better Samsung G9s are like 1.5k. Yeah, Alex, I don't know. Like on some tracks the Peugeot is fast, on some maybe not so much, I don't know. I've driven the Peugeot at Spa here and... Oops. Well, it went quite well then. But now it feels like people are just dropping behind. Except David, but David is in the BMW as well. So the tire temps are good. I don't know, you guys keep telling me that the mediums are fine for, I mean, are not fine for a double and that I should change. I'm still doing kind of PB pace. So I'm supposedly saving way too much. I think I have burned a little bit more energy in the lap 1, so I need to do 8.2. I wanted to keep these tires. Kind of. I don't know. You did mediums like each stint fresh or what? I've never really driven LMU tires until the cliff, so I don't know where the cliff is. Well, about the suspension, BMW is basically a Cadillac in real life. Well, they both use the same chassis, right? So it has to be kind of similar here as well, but it does feel quite a lot different. If it's exactly 1 second, then it's not worth it to change. Oldenminger, of course. David keeps going. I don't know, too late. Let's change the tires and see what happens. David went a lap longer, oh no. Why is my alert box widget not working? Well, thank you for the sub. I tested the alert widget so I could call out the names. But it stopped working again. Dear YouTube. No, not YouTube. Dear Streamlabs. Yeah, David. I don't know what to say to that. That's crazy. I was absolutely on zero when boxing. Well, let's see. Yes, Papa Leni. Fuel.exe. Wait, what? Didn't have... Didn't have it continue? Now he's behind. I'm super confused. He went... I don't understand. Yeah, he boxed, but... How? Maybe I just saw completely wrong, but I saw him continuing. Yeah, if he continued on 13 laps with that pace, then that would be easy win for him maybe, but... When I boxed, he didn't... Like, I saw him on track still. I guess I was focusing too much on thinking whether I should take mediums again or not change the tires. Well, sorry about the heart attacks. But looks like everybody changed the tires, so alright. Yeah, where is Taha? I didn't see what happened to him. decided to just display top 8, or like, I guess if I am P15 then it displays the leader and then like 3 behind me and 3 ahead of me or something. But the Ferraris and the Porsches and Toyotas and everyone else absolutely dropped off of the BMW, that's crazy. I mean, this is my first like open setup race with this car, and I was just like, I knew that the car is good, but I was kind of quietly assuming it's a bit of pace because nobody ever takes it. Well, not nobody, but rarely there is anybody with BMW. There is just Ferraris, Porsches and Toyotas. Ah, Taha, you had fight with Kalash. Well, yeah, that can happen. I remember some big bonking between Michi and Kalash. Not just in LMU. Well, it surely feels OP. I remember, who was it, when we were doing a Spa race. And there was a BMW that was absolutely flying in the end, especially on the straights. Catch the GTEs again. Shiny I use, well, I most often just calculate the strategy before race. Sometimes, or well, most of the time then, I don't know if I have overfueled or underfueled in the end. But I use, if you mean this is Tiny Pedal plugin. And if you ask me about all the numbers that are on there, I cannot really explain, I don't know. Like, the top one displays the required fuel consumption for each stint length. Like, if I want to do 12, 13, 14 laps and so on, I need such and such energy percent per lap. But then this refill, like plus next to the current value, tells me how much to add at the pit stop, and well, now it says plus 200 because I need to do 2 more pit stops. But for the last pit stop it will say, I don't know, like plus 80. or plus 90, and I'll try to trust it. And this ratio is nice because it shows exactly what fuel ratio to take in the setup if you do enough laps. And this one is nice as well because it says like 1.75, and that's amount of pit stops remaining in the race. I mean, it works if you're in the fastest class, but then if you have multi-class race and if you're in the GT class, then it will not know who, like, it will assume that all cars are same class, and you will still be able to, yeah, there is one extra widget here which like calculates the relative position between leader and you on the final lap, which is crazy, but I would need to look into it, and it's probably quite difficult to calculate it, just because you don't know what the strategy for the hypercars is if you're driving a GT. But still better to have these numbers than nothing. Yes, Alex. Thank you. And it's funny because in hypercar, like in LMH, I have this battery warning on my dash. It starts going red and then blinks if battery is almost full, and that works for LMH. But for LMDH, I need to have both low energy or like low battery and high battery warnings. Because with low battery I risk pit stops. But well, Volker is dropping like a stone behind. I'm still not displaying the... I turned on the badges of the cars, so there should be like Ferrari, Porsche, BMW badges, but they didn't show up, and then I forgot to troubleshoot it. This tiny pedal plugin is actually quite versatile. I mean, it does in the end what all the plugins do, like I could do the same through SimHub. But this one has already all like widgets made for you with easy clicks to change and customize the colors and so on. That curb on the entry into this no-name corner on the right side, it cannot be taken with hypercars. Tires don't like it. Or maybe it's the aero balance, like always when I land I either get huge snap or huge understeer. Yeah, into Fania chicane here, it feels like Cadillac. The rear just wants to overtake me. But mostly it's more pleasant than the Cadillac. Feels like it's like the weight is shifting less. It feels more solid. I want to use the tires more, but I don't know how. Like in the corners I am already trying to go as fast as possible without too much slipping. either front or rear. Maybe I should accept that it's gonna lock up a bit more and just live with it. Or maybe reduce traction control, but well. I mean, the lap times are significantly better compared to stint 1 here. Yeah, just touching the white line and maybe just touching the curb a little bit is fine. But as soon as you start to using elevated part of the curb there, it kills you. I'm still waiting for the day where Studio 397 will decide that we are allowed to change the motor map click by click, like kilowatt per kilowatt, not by 10 or 20. So we will just be able to set 24 kilowatt output onto the motor map and forget about it for the whole race. I will try taking the turn 1 apex just for a test next lap. Alex, that's a great question. I have that exact question in my head. Surely a lot of people will lock into the GT3 class to test it out, and well, I will surely want to do the same for some time. Well, that was a nice LMDH lockup here. It was not deadly, although it's not a deadly braking zone, so wasn't a problem. I must be running onto some pecker there, really. I was checking Motec and it didn't really feel like that. At least not on the corner, but maybe surely I'm touching the third pecker on the rear. Lucky traffic on the straight. Oh no. Well, then I do turn 1, take the apex curb, and it's 1/10.5 faster. Well, car, why are you doing this to me? In practice I was understeering like crazy every time I touched the curb at all. Buchon, this is one of the most pleasant cars. TC is weird. I'm gonna test max slip. So it stops killing me on the exits. Like here, first gear out of last and first corners, it just... There is no wheel spin, but if it's a curved exit, there is a lot of wheel spin. Actually not wheel spin, but... There is small wheel spin, but a lot of slipping. I don't know how to make the distinction between slipping and slipping better in English. Between snoring and drifting. Oh, that's better, I guess. Hi Domi. Yeah, race is quite beautiful for now. Well, Alex, yeah, I mean, I guess it's not too hard to read that. I really want to drive hypercars because no other game or sim has like proper hypercars with properly working hybrid. Every other sim kind of fails completely to properly simulate the need for energy, and it's not like the hybrid is not about power but about efficiency. But the GT3s are gonna be really good fun in this new Tyre model. I just hope they do 2-3 extra clicks to improve this Tyre model. It's gonna be so much more better. So much better compared to RF2. Because those drift machines of RF2 are sometimes, well, fun but frustrating. Kind of want to change the strategy a little bit. I see that the last stint is gonna be maybe a lap shorter. So then it makes sense to not swap the tires. Because full stint is 12 laps. Tire change is 12 seconds. Then if I just have to do 11 laps or 10, then double stinting is preferable, but not sure if mediums can compete with hards for a double stint. "48 laps at this pace. Well, here I see 1.76 bits, so one more, right? No, I'm worried by David. Like, if he takes the hards and I take mediums, maybe I will not be able to catch and overtake. Nah, that's not a safe move. I'm taking hearts, let's see what happens. I tested mostly on hearts, to be honest. And it was not much slower than the 1.6, that's my PB, so it shouldn't be too bad. Well, I mean, I think everybody's already doing 12. Let's see if the pit crew will rotate me to the left. Well, there is enough space ahead of me, so probably not. Yeah, more than enough. Well, that's tight. But that's actually good, because then the pit crew rotates you out of the pit stall, so you don't have to waste time. Come on, cold tires. You don't have to waste time by turning left and right. You can just rocket straight out of the box. No temperature. Luckily it prefers to oversteer rather to understeer rather than oversteer there. Well, these hearts really do struggle to get some temperature, I see. guess I'm happy to fight a little bit. Oh dear. I mean, I expected there to be quite some grip difference, but I didn't expect it to be this easy to overtake. Yeah, front right still 66. But well, it's more than 12 seconds, because in the first 2 laps David will lose extra 2 seconds. For the last stint he changes the tires again. About the tire colors, I think that's still like a relic from the past. I think when Studio 397 and Motorsports Games had a deal with Goodyear after the first Le Mans Virtual, they took the Goodyear colors, I think. And that was like black or grey for soft, yellow for medium, and green for hard, and blue for wet, of course, which, well, felt a bit weird. I guess they will change it at some point. So that was, yeah, 4 tenths difference. No, 5 tenths. So this is the, okay, this is last lap, this is best lap. It switched around, I think, a little bit. Anyway. Yeah, I assume David is doing single medium and I'm trying double hard. It's unlucky. Oi, 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 oi. That's not great. No cut detection for this. I lost so much time with this traffic now. Second and a half. Ay, ay, ay. I'll catch that Porsche straight into Redillon. Oh, that was a bit on the edge. I thought the suspension would do a slightly better job, but oh well, it's compressed onto Packers. Well, my idea was that I take hard, defend from David for a couple of laps, then maybe he overtakes and builds 2 seconds gap, and then he changes tires and I don't, and then I win. But it's not going according to the plan. Well, 3.5 gap now. Yeah, now I don't know about the energy. Well, yeah, this one says that it's 12 laps in the end. So it's gonna be a full double stint, indeed. Although I saw it showing some completely different numbers before, so I don't quite understand. Now Mr. Talik is not happy with somebody. But the tires, like, they are in the perfect temperature window. Well, half a second added to the quote of lap time lost due to the traffic, if I may do that. I guess David lost a little bit with him as well anyway. Yes, Marvin, unfortunately I'm on the hard tires, and it's proving to maybe at the moment not be the best idea. But I mean, I was doing consistent 1.9 in practice on hard, so I thought, well, 2-3 tenths, not much. And either way, like, I have in my mind the idea that the hards in LMU are not bad. Like, they have not been bad since 2022 when the new tires got applied to the GT3s in RF2. Well, they were bad on the LMP2, but not on the GTs. Not that bad. Lucky, lucky, lucky. So David lost all that time gained compared to me because of that one Ferrari. So the universe is back in the balance. Yeah, look at the lap time. I mean, I was slightly off the fuel consumption target, but I don't know. Has the tide turned within one sector or what? In the end of the day, in the Virtual Endurance Championship, the winning GT3 strat was, well, double stinting hards. And then I thought in LMU it's even better for hards. So let's see, maybe I prove everybody wrong. But maybe David eats me alive with 2 laps to go on fresh mediums. Marvin, about Kota, yes, I'm looking forward to it for sure. Although for me it's one of the least favorite tracks around. It would be really good if they made curbs like half a car width instead of 2 car widths. Well, they have fixed them in real life, as I think, so to some extent, so let's see. I have those FIA blue lines for the cut detection in my mind, so I'm not sure if that's already applied or not in LMU. I'm so confused by this turn 1. The whole practice it was better to miss the apex by 5 meters because of how the elevation on the track is and how the camber is. But now I'm taking the curb and it's fast. David is having some wiggles. Yeah, tiny pedal is confusing me quite a bit. But yeah, if it changes between basically full tank and then 94-95%, kind of means that we are between 47 and 48 laps. Guys, don't do that, please. Well, don't do what the Corvette did. Oh, David is gonna get blocked. He cleared them. Lucky David. But I saw that white Porsche had already turning in, but decided it's better to leave space. That max slip TC is surely restricting my exits a lot. But at the same time, I'm still sliding. So I think it's alright. Yeah, thank you, Colin. As Colin said, like, please. I mean, I will never be a guy who does the questions or like the request to like and sub well, but still much appreciated for every single like of you guys that you click and upvote for every stream I do. I mean, it's on me to make it likable. But that purple sector 3 was surely likable. Yeah, for now the hearts are like expected, so I was right about them. Maybe 2 tenths off. Maybe 3 tenths initially, once the tires are up to temp. David around the outside. Well, that was probably not too great of a move from my side, but there was kind of a gap, and then he decided to defend a bit late. Fair enough. I can imagine him being annoyed by all the hypercars diving him. Daniela, I can easily believe you, because it's a different engine. And for Caddy I used to have like 97 liters, 98, I think. And with this car it's 93, 94. so it seems to be quite more efficient. I mean, the fuel ratio and the overall energy requirement are two different things, but still, from the get-go, as it was released, the BMW was very good on efficiency. Also, for now, this is perfect. I'm within 2 seconds of David. Tires are feeling good. He will probably box. So box, full tank, no change. Slightly slow into the pit entry line, but alright. Alright, so David will be doing 1.3, 1.4. I need to be doing 2.3, 2.4. And for the first 2 laps, let's say he will lose as much as he had the lead, so he had 2 seconds lead, and he will lose that while trying to warm up the tires. So let's see how this works. Thank you, Shiny. So much more grip now on the pit exit. Okay, all good. Nothing to see here. Dear brakes. Yeah, well, some days ago I was talking about the LMP2 brake temps when we both went off with Peachy and David and myself into Sebring turn 2 runoff area when the race start. And I said that only LMP2 really has cold tires, sorry, not cold tires, cold brakes. But actually, it makes quite a difference in LMU as well, in LMH and LMDH. Especially on worn tires. Alright. Yeah, no idea how I saved that spin. But I saw it in the barrier already, or at least 360 around. He didn't want to give space, but alright. For questionable moves like that, always good to have a bit of spare space so you can back out of it. Well, I had 1 centimeter of spare space there, but it was enough. David 10 seconds behind. What is that line? Extreme V shape on the entry. Bit of an ugly dive, but had to take it. The grip is not great. Ah, copy Daniele. Yeah, I didn't know. There is just so many series to follow, so I just lose track of them. I more often than not, watch the highlights for WEC quali. I don't think I really watched anything from IMSA apart from clips. So David was just about 10 seconds behind. And it's exactly 10 seconds, 10 laps to go, so let's see. No traffic this lap, so the lap time is gonna tell the story. I wonder if David received some damage. Because when he was off here at Stevelo with that Ferrari GTE, after that he was not really as quick as before. Although, oh well, I was still close to my own PB, so... Well, that is more than 1 second of pace, but the gap didn't increase or decrease that much. Understeer. But also the second stint, the thing with second stint is that the tire performance just doesn't drop as much as during first stint. So in the first stint you can kind of have same pace throughout the whole stint, but in the second stint the lap times keep improving. the grip is surely not nice. Also, the battery is not draining on 30 kilowatts. Significantly longer braking zones. Copy, Lucas, thank you. So let's see, I did 2.8, David 1.6. Yeah, this rate is gonna catch me, but the rate will change. Bit of a lockup, but the delta is good. Look at that! It's gonna be 0.4. Well, still a second or over a second of pace, but I think it should just about work out. Traction controller sounds like it's full wet. But it's working exceptionally well, like I don't lose any time. So I think that max DC slip was a good idea. Now David is slowing down a little bit. Maybe he had some traffic, although there was no traffic. But now the wall of traffic is coming. I think he tried to make space for me, but entering Rivage from the very inside is impossible. David could get all of them on the straight. Maybe. Yeah, that was more than 2 seconds. That's rough, but I saved a bit of fuel. It's basically just threshold, like TC, main TC is like the higher you put it, the earlier it will start preventing power wheel spin. This is slip. The higher you put it, the sooner it will stop your throttle when your rear is sliding. And the cut is just how much it will cut the throttle when one of the thresholds is exceeded. No worries. Bit of a late move, but have a fast BMW on fresh mediums behind. Couldn't save fuel there. Guess I would have to slot in behind the Porsche. But I gained time on David that lap. Or well, he was still 1/10 faster. David, but absolutely held up somewhere. Or maybe he did a mistake. But this is now looking very good. Perhaps, Daniele, these tires are still quite a black box for me. Just like the last tire model in GT3s in RF2, sometimes very consistent lap times can be done consecutively and at some point it just dies. And not much can be seen in Motec about it. Maybe 1 or 2 Celsius here and there. Maybe 1 kPa of tire pressure. But nothing worth of half a second. But usually it always follows some overpushing that the pace suddenly drops a bit. But these hearts are really nice. Like initially on full tank it was pretty terrible, but the balance is really nice now. Just have to keep in mind that the grip is a bit lower, so I cannot demand as much from the tires as on the new set. But balance is fine. And the TC effectively covers for lack of traction here and there. It's a bit wide. So yeah, indeed 2 laps to go. I have plenty of energy, and fuel is even greater than energy, so nice. Probably no traffic on this lap, so let's see how fast I can go actually. Quite nice taking 5th gear there, so I can avoid the downshift. Still within 3/10 of the fastest lap on the mediums. I'm gonna lose a lot in the last chicane because, well, grip. Here we go with the lap time. Second 10 hearts. Can do 2.1. And in the last lap, if I wanted to full push, probably 2.0 or 1.9 is still doable. So yeah, that was with 48 at the start, and it dropped down to 39.7. So well, hards would work even better at the start. But then I guess I would be eaten alive by some medium runners in the first laps, and then I would lose a lot of time because of that. But I mean, I would call this the correct strategy, you know? If I stayed on mediums, probably I would be ahead of David for the whole third stint again. But then, I don't know, maybe he would... I really expected him to maybe try double hard. Just to do something else, because he seemed quite tight on pace with me, but never had surplus of pace to come close enough to attack. Yeah, limited tires are gonna be so nice. Looking forward to doing what they're doing in WEC, just changing, let's say, both outside tires. Anyway, here we go. Taking the checkered flag after 100 of minutes at Spa. Oof, I got seriously worried for some laps there on the hard tires. So yeah, I don't know, like I think potentially double hard is the best strategy. Like even if you lose a little bit in the first stint, then maybe in the second stint people can just about catch you, or maybe not. I don't know. Thank you, chat. And thank you for the subs. I hope the sub item or widget works on the stream, but this stuff here just doesn't show anything, so I cannot call the name still. I need to ask my stream support within team to tell me what to do about it. You see it, alright. Well, that's good enough for now. David is probably a little bit unhappy with this. Like we talked a little bit before the race about double stint maybe and so on. Well, we didn't say much, but is there something to show on the replay? Maybe just... Actually, I want to see what happened with David in the third stint. Thank you for the sub, Yasin. Now I can finally call it out because I have the OBS preview opened. But that preview really burns the frame rate so much. So we have David, we have timing and standings. Yeah, about BMW, yeah, like Michael is a fast guy, but he was half a minute behind with the Ferrari, so maybe the BMW is a bit too fast. So David had that issue in the second stint. Where was it? So this is the pit stop. He had some cut laps. I'm gonna try this one. Here I was behind, yeah. 29. That's not the one. Was it this one? I hope the server survives. Ah! So he went around the Ferrari. Yeah, that's too late on the brakes. A nice save though. Not too big of a deal, but Yeah, then he clipped the gravel. I think the rears were suffering there. What build do I recommend for someone who wants to get back to sim racing? I think anything that's like Trustmaster T300 RS or better. I think like I've drove DFGT, Logitech DFGT for like 2009 to 2015. Then I went to T300 RS and immediately I became much better driver. Coming from that geared FFB to belt driven. And well, from T300 RS to this beauty of Simicube, well, this beauty behind. Pace-wise, it's arguably maybe I gained a 10th out of it, but it's mostly for consistency and for reliability, as I'm doing this kind of professionally now full time, so I need something solid that will not have, as I said, sometimes ball bearings falling out of it mid-race, which happened on some Trustmaster wheel that I had. Metal balls falling into my lap during a lap. Hi Ankesh, oh yeah, I saw you were quite unhappy with something or with somebody. I can check. But I'm blind, sorry. What? Am I blind or are you not on the list? Ah, you were GTE. Ah, yes. Lap 26. Oh, last two. Well, first of all, my condolences, because this is gonna be a big one. Okay. My immediate reaction is that that would be on you, Jan. But that's because, like, it's difficult to judge because the normally if GTE is turning into a corner, you cannot dive him because he's already turned in and already on the trajectory. But issue with some corners is that they're just so fast and so wide. That wait, who was that? That was that was Kalash. So from his POV, yeah, this blue Ferrari is already trolling him because here you would expect the GTE to stick to certain line. Like if he sticks on inside, you go around the outside. So at this point, I would already kind of maybe put my car to the right, but while he jumped. At this point, you have lost like 2 kph maybe, and you're already compromised as a hypercar. But still, like, room is open to have huge overspeed. And the room, like, issue is that, Jan, you have given the room. Like, probably you would have to already go, like, kind of towards the apex, and then he would see that there is no gap. Yeah. But, like, here, I think at this point it's still all good. At this point, it's not necessarily a crash. Yeah, well, like, at this point I get the idea that you see him and you turn out of the corner. Although, yeah, I mean, I know that GTEs have very, like, are on the limit here, so it's not that easy flat out, I think, but still, yeah. I think Kalash expected the gap to stay there, but at this point, you turned in too much for that. I don't think it would be penalty on Kalash in any rulebook here, even though it was late. Although, yeah, it's just that, like, borderline your fault, and if you were 1 meter or 2 meters more ahead, then it would be fully on Kalash. But I don't know. I mean, I would need specify the rulebook. According to LMU rules, Kalash did nothing wrong. But it's mostly street justice, right? As long as it's not retaliation and crashing on purpose, nobody will get penalized. It's just about, yeah, not losing 2 seconds or not crashing, so... I mean, in LMU this is a racing incident. Well, let's get some music going, and let's start closing this down. Malik, Mr. Malik, I can check lap 6. Yeah, I wanted to see what happened with you. I remember now. So lap 6, 14 minutes. Oh, that's lap 4. Lap 5, lap 6. Well, that's fair battling for now. Safe room given. Until here I thought it was remarkably fair. But here the Kalash just runs you off. No, server! I will reload the replay. I want to see what happened there. Yeah, no worries, Yankesh, and condolences again about the crash. Now, both kings of Blanchimon are really tricky for multiclass. I mean, I died in the first king there in the test race for VC. Let me just check my gain there before I reload the replay. Triple arrows, very nice. Plus 14, wow. Well, David is quite high on DR as well. Almost 2, almost there. So let's quickly go back to online. Find the replay. And load it. Almost G2, well, famous last words, right? Next race I'm gonna do, it's gonna be big crash. And it's gonna be minus 45% like one time already. When was it? I think the time when I did the Sebring weekly race and I was leading and the game crashed. There was another case like that when I crashed out of it on DNF and got like minus 30 or minus 40. See you at Kota, Daniele, looking forward. Yeah, Simicube, it's very expensive if you're not lucky like me and are in a team where the team manager or team co-owner is at the same time Simicube reseller, so yeah, thank fully to have Jesper and Simplexity. Although I don't know, he still calls it Simplexity. I think the Simplexity page is still there, but the business kind of changed a little bit. He's still, well, he's still making simulators, but even better simulators than before. Minus 40.5 Ankesh, yeah. Well, I can relate to that. I think I went back to Silver 3 at one point and I was more than half towards Gold 2. So let's find again Taha. Okay. Bonk. Ooh, yo, ho, ho. No, 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 no. How? Ah. It was such a respectful battle at the start. Like, you guys have left each other really respectful and very sporting space. And it ended like this. Now this is on Kalash. Like, he just went into you. Yeah, you are not even turning. I mean, you are turning right slowly, but before that you were going to the left, so you just straightened the car and he's already crashing into you. And then you, yeah, then you slide because of the bump and then another contact happens. Ah, the tire flies. That's very, very unfortunate. So my condolences about that as well. What was Kalash thinking? I don't know. Like, he lifted so early. I'm just trying to understand that move. Don't get it. I mean, I get it how at this point he realized, uh-oh, I'm gonna crash into him. Can I move this camera back? Yeah, he starts slowly moving the wheel to the right, but the cars are big, you know. I guess in GTEs nothing would happen, but hypercars are not small, so yeah, not much more to be said about that. But if I was in this place here, you broke late, but I think you would have made the corner. I think it was a fairly good move, to be honest. Like, if Kalash gave the space, you would be missing the apex, but you would be like here and you would leave him the space on the inside and you would still have speed advantage. Yeah, exactly. Okay, when we are here, let's just quickly check the start. Here, okay, here this is important because I almost got a penalty, I think, for that. If the erratic driving is flashing, it means that the penalty is coming soon. And all I did was just accelerate and fail to engage pit limiter. And then the auto clutch engaged a bit, I think. And at this point it was flashing erratic driving for quite some time. Yeah, I got scared. But I guess it was just underneath the margin. How did Kalash lose so much space there? Look at how much gap I have. What happened there? So big gaps there. Like huge margins between the rows. Okay, maybe one last thing before I close down. Battle with David. It was lap 12 or 20, so lap 26, I think. Yeah, here we were already wasting fuel. Oh, that was a bit silly from me. Yeah, I turned a bit to the left, but this gap there is not big enough. And then I kind of squeezed him to the left, but it was alright. And then he's already heated up mediums. Didn't have much of a problem sticking with me. And then his pace, like, there is some slipstream there. Okay, this point. Here I have, okay, apex of Rouge, 285, 286. He's in 6th gear. Ah, he had the long gear ratios. I had short gear ratios, he had the long. Okay, yeah, and then I upshifted to 7 and had less power, and he just got like here. Yeah, here he has 4 kph on me, so. And then on fresh tires he just broke late, left space anyway. Yeah, that was textbook move. Okay. Oh well. That was a fun race. Yeah, Dennis has teased me last time to try to do a 2-stopper here, but I think I would need to clutch and coast already from, I don't know, from Redilon exit, from top of the hill, already full clutch, just to make the fuel. That 6.25 would be overly crazy. Anyway, thank you everyone for commenting, for liking, for subbing, for enjoying this race with me. I'm really looking forward to Tuesday to test out the new cars and the Kota. Supposedly it's gonna be the best Kota ever in the whole sim racing, so really looking forward to that. Thank you Mario, thank you everyone else. Enjoy the rest of the evening. See you later, bye bye.